Hi, I'm Steve Rowe, CEO at Oak Knoll. I'm recording this video the morning of Friday, September 29th, and it will be uploaded and available to you later today. It seems like every time I've recorded recently, it's been on Friday, and it's like I'm going to try to do a better job the next time I record in a couple of weeks of getting this out a little bit earlier in the week. This has been another busy week for us. Wednesday was our board meeting, early 7 a.m. board meeting, and I've also spent quite a bit of time this week with prospective residents. In the board meeting, two of the main topics of conversation had to do with future planning for Oak Knoll. And I provided an update on our property at 1201 West Benton. That, as you may recall, is the vision for that space or that property is that we would create a 12 private room nursing home there using the small house model of nursing care. So it would be an extension of our nursing services in what looks like a home and ideally feels very much like a home for the 12 residents who would occupy that space. We have formally submitted the variance, the zoning variance request to the City of Iowa City. It is for 70 years that property has existed. It has been a single-family home, and it is zoned as single-family. In order to build the small house nursing model that we envision, we need to ask the city to allow us to change the zoning for that piece of property into a multi-family use. And we're hopeful that they will allow that, but it's not a certainty. To help make our case for it, I met with the neighbors that kind of surround that property. That was the evening of September 5th, and there were 9 neighbors that we invited to that meeting. 6 of them actually did participate, and I met with a 7th neighbor a couple of days later. He wasn't able to be at that evening meeting, but he came in and met with me privately. I would say there was general support for our plans for that from the neighbors, and we did ask for a signed letter of support from everybody who attended. We actually received the signatures from 3 of the property owners, and they're, in my mind, the most important three neighbors. The neighbor immediately east of us, immediately west of us, and the one that shares the biggest or the longest property line in the backyard, each signed that letter of support, and those letters were included with the variance rezoning request that we submitted to the city. At this point, we're just waiting to receive notification from the city of when the first Planning and Zoning Commission meeting will be, where we can talk about this. We will keep you updated as things develop there, but it's like it is in process. My expectation is that it's probably a 3 to 4 month process to work its way through the city to get approval. And if we get that approval, then we need to go to the state of Iowa and ask for a certificate of need to add licensed nursing beds. So that's a process that everybody has to go through. You can't just add nursing home beds in the state of Iowa without getting prior approval from the state. So there is no point in doing that until we get city approval. Once we have that, we'll submit to the state, and that will probably be also a 3 to 4 month long process before we have all the approvals needed to actually move forward with that project. Kim and I will keep you updated on progress related to anything happening at 1201, but it's like we are definitely working on that project, even though it just looks like the house is sitting there, and it is pending approval. The other thing that we talked about in the board meeting was the Oak Knoll West property, and we would like to acquire a little bit more land at that west campus to allow us to fully do the plan that the architects have laid out for us, which would include 150 total living units, most of them being independent living spaces in either single-family homes or duplexes, and small apartment buildings, like 12-unit apartment buildings. There would also be 32 assisted living apartments and 32 licensed nursing beds if we can make this vision reality for Oaknoll West. In order to get all of those spaces onto the property, we really do need a little bit more land than what we currently have. So we've been in contact with the owner of that land, it's Steve Carson and his family, and they own the land immediately north and immediately west of our Oaknoll West property. And so we've let them know that we would be very much interested in acquiring a little bit more of their property. They are also working with the school district that is interested in some property as well. And we had a meeting with the school district earlier this week to just kind of share each other's goals for that site. And it was a really positive meeting. And I do believe that there's going to be a way that we can coordinate with the school district and we can both get what we want and move forward with the transaction to purchase the land that we need from the Carsons. So that is also in process, and again, we'll keep you updated as there are developments there. For a COVID update, I am aware of one employee who has been out of work this week due to COVID, and we've got one resident that I'm aware of who has been quarantined because of COVID. That resident quarantine will end tomorrow. So hopefully, as that goes away, we don't have any new cases within our resident community, and we do expect the employee who's been out this week to be back at work on Monday next week. Kim talked in her recording last week about the influenza vaccine clinics, and just a reminder there, they are Thursday, October 12th at the main campus from 12 to 3. That will be in the Hayden Room. And then the following Wednesday, October 18th, will be at the East Campus, and that will be from 9 to 12 for the influenza vaccine. She also talked last week about the COVID vaccine, the new vaccine that is out. The only place that you can get it still is at Walgreens. They have a supply. The other local pharmacies are still working to get their supplies, and Kim is trying to coordinate with a pharmacy to have them come and do a clinic here as we've done in the past. We will keep you updated on that if we can actually successfully do that. But at this point, if you want the new COVID vaccine, the only place to get it would be at Walgreens, and you can set up an online appointment and then go in at your scheduled time at Walgreens. I think that's everything I have for you today. I will be at Kinnick Stadium cheering for the Hawks again tomorrow night. Hopefully we look a little better tomorrow than we did last Saturday. Guess that's it. See you in 2 weeks. Bye.